Let's go, Poppy. Let's go. As we are getting into the grand finals, best of 5 between these two lovely Zerg and Protoss players. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Dragon Scales, we have the South Korean Zerg player representing CranKy Gaming, DKZG. It is Dark. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Dragon Scales, we have his opponent. We have his teammate, also representing CranKy Gaming, the South Korean Protoss, the blue Protoss. It is herO. Here we go. We've made it. We've survived, Poppy. We've made it to the grand finals. It's been 8 hours? In 8 hours? No shot. No way. 7. We're hitting the 7-hour mark of casting. We're gonna hit 8 by the time the series ends. I can feel it. Oh, but we've survived, Poppy. We've survived. 8 hours of solo casting. Smurge. But thank you everyone for joining me in the chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the love. I appreciate all of you lovely ducklings in the chat. Quack, Poppy, quack. And we'll see how this progresses. Dark going for a hatch gas pool. Standard opener. The difference, of course, being is that the hatchery has been taken at the natural location. Something that doesn't happen too often in PvZ. herO slipping up a little bit, allowing this. How dare he? So Dark doesn't have to take like an awkward base or anything like that. You love to see it. So standard opener from our Zerg player across the map. We have a gate expand as well from herO. Is going to be going for another economic opener. Is going to be delaying warp gate, and Dark does see it. And typically if you delay warp gate like this, it is usually for a Stargate opener. I say usually because it could also mean like a 2-gate opener with a hidden gateway in the main, but that's a little bit more quirky and a little bit more unorthodox. You see that Stargate in production for herO. So it should be an Oracle, a standard Oracle opener from our Protoss. From the side of Dark, though, he's going to be just shooing away this probe. Probe is going to be confirming that there is indeed a third base up and running for Dark, or at least it's on the way. So again, everything is looking pretty normal for the time being, especially from the Protoss as well. Stargate openers are quite common in the current matchup. They are what is meta. They are what is standard. And we'll see where we go from here, as Dark is just going to be ramping up his queen production, connecting all of his bases with that creep to make sure he can keep up with all of the Oracle harass. Speaking of harass, though, that is something that herO does best, better than many others. You know, whether it's Oracles and Adepts as well, in conjunction, he can just pull apart his Zerg opponent, even Dark at times, even Dark. Oh boy. And this is what's crazy about herO. I was talking about this to Asher yesterday, but it didn't happen in the series. But herO, he is so fond of just randomly mixing in Void Rays after the first Oracle or even Phoenixes. And here we go. We have a Phoenix follow-up as well. We're not gonna have a commitment into the Phoenixes, but the Phoenix is here to just clean up this Overlord, to get map control, and to just deny scouting from Dark. Of course, this is going to slow down herO's aggression because it slows down the second Oracle, but it looks like herO's not really too concerned with that right now. He's just chilling, defending his third base, making sure it gets up and running, and he's more than willing to wait a little bit longer for his second Oracle before he moves out across the map to try and harass the mineral line. There we go. Second Oracle is on the way. Phoenix is going to be moving out as well, looking for any stray Overlords. The Overlords are racing back home. The other added benefit is that the Phoenix can also CC a Queen. It can lift up a Queen, and we can even fight some stray Queens as well. But no, it does go for another stray Overlord. No. Here we go. We are off of creep, so we can't quite transfuse, but oh, great Queen positioning here from Dark. At the same time, both Oracles dip in past the third base, straight into the natural, and they're going to be able to get 3 drones for their troubles. Oh, one of those Oracles does take a lot of hits, but only one. Oh, and in total we've got it. Oh, transfuse! that was a slick transfuse from Dark. almost lost 5 drones, but in the end only lost 4. Very nicely done. But the Oracles are still alive, and they're willing to try and get a little bit more damage. There we go. Stasis trap into the main base, but great target firing. The stasis will not complete. At the same time, the Phoenix is looking for some more damage. So far, only 1 Overlord kill for the time being. We do have a massive warping of Adepts. These are Glaive-less Adepts, by the way. Vanilla Adepts is going to be shading in, not committing into the natural, though. Boy, 7 Adepts in total looking to find some damage. They're going to go toe-to-toe with one of these queens. At the same time, another stasis trap into the main base is going to be avoided. Nice reaction out of Dark. Oh. Behind this, we are just teching up. We do have Blink and +1 on the way from herO. Pretty standard follow-up, of course. I believe this follow-up is going to be a little bit delayed just because we warped in additional rounds of these Adepts. But we're still going to be threatening the bases. We're still going to be looking for those drone kills. As herO behind this is taking an insanely fast 4th base. Jesus. Basically on par with the 4th of Dark. This is something that both herO and Classic do quite a lot. They're so... I don't know if they practice together and they share notes, but both herO and Classic are just so good at just being hyper aggressive and hyper expanding behind it. Very Haas-esque, if you will. So herO actually having a bit of an economic lead here, but why is there an economic lead? Well, because Dark has stopped droning. Dark is cutting workers here at 63. He's got +1 range on the way. He's got roach speed as well. He's going to be hitting a very powerful +1 roach timing, and herO is a little bit unawares. He needs to recognize that there is no droning happening at the 4th base. Back at home, we do have some shield batteries on the way. We do have our 4th base as well, but we need to focus on our defenses. The 3rd, I said shield, but there's 1 cannon. There's no shield batteries at all. Here we go. Dark is going to be sending everything across the map. This has finally been spotted here by herO, but is it too late? He's going for a warp in here of these Stalkers. Oh, herO is supply blocked right now. Okay, there we go. He does finish up a couple of those pylons. We do have another warp in of Stalkers as well. No shield batteries to fall back to. No overcharge. Neither at the 3rd or the natural, and herO is just gonna get punished for this. This may just be too much damage. Without the sack defense, I mean, that's the power of Protoss. Robo's gonna be going down in the main base. Probes are being focused left and right. Dark hasn't done too much economic damage. herO has done a really impressive job at keeping up here with the army of Dark. But, oh, that's a massive depowering of these gateways. Still no shield batteries. The roaches of Dark are not stopping. And over time, herO's army is being whittled away. Try as he might, there's only so much he can do. It's a numbers game at the end of the day. herO trying to micro his heart out. Meanwhile, Dark, he's just holding down that R key. R and Z. Lings and roaches just flooding across the map. The cyber core goes down. No more defensive Stalkers can be warped in. If herO holds this, I'm going to be in shock, by the way. If a Protoss can defend against this without an overcharge and without a shield battery, that's going to be crazy. That's going to be insane, as Dark is doubling the army supply right now. He's pushing on forward into the natural base. The Ravagers are going to be zoning away all of these Stalkers as well. The Biles do connect with the Prism. Charge lots are coming on in. Great blinks overall by herO, but oh, he takes some Biles to the face, and here we go. Lings are coming to support. herO, it's been really impressive to see him hold on here, but there's only so much you can do with such limited resources, such limited production, and limited defense. It looks like Dark is breaking on through slowly but surely. I can only imagine what would have happened if we had some shield batteries. I'm just saying, it's a pretty big feature in the Protoss race, the shield battery. You know, it's a lot of people like to complain about it. It's pretty good. Up. Ooh. Great Biles as well. It's pretty damn good, and alas, it was not utilized at all here, unfortunately. It wasn't available. Dark eventually breaking into the natural. 30 probes going down. herO can maybe force this back, but he's being fueled by copium right now. Pure, unadulterated copium. Behind this, Again, Dark, he's just chilling. He's working on +3, sorry, +2. He's droning wherever he can. Doesn't need to be honest. If he wants to, he can just keep making more Roach Ravager, to be honest. But he's taking up. Hydrogen is being thrown down. Roach is going to be hitting this fresh mining base. There's the overcharge, but there's nothing to overcharge. But here, he did it. He did it, Papi. Know what he's going to say? He's going to be, look, the overcharge, it did nothing, Papi. It did absolutely nothing. You're not wrong. Not wrong, herO. Not wrong. As we do see this fourth base. I mean, the roaches are being cleaned up here, but now there are roaches in every other mineral line. The natural, the main base. The target firing is real. herO trying his hardest to keep up and to try and come back in this game. He's down to 24 probes. 24 workers. That's a lot of workers, but it's not a lot of workers. Going for a Zealot warping across the map. herO looking to try and go for a counterattack. With what? 12 Zealots. 12 Zealots. That's a lot of Zealots. That's 12. It's more than 10. And we'll see how he does here as we just have a massive Queen Roach Hydra army waiting for him. GG gets called. And Dark will take game number 1. Oh, GG. herO doing quite well for himself, to be honest. Oh. herO doing quite well for himself overall, but alas, was unable to recognize the all-in coming until it was too late. And even when he did recognize it, there was no shield batteries in production, just pure Stalker Oracle to defend. Very bold way to defend from herO, and it wasn't quite enough to work out. It wasn't quite enough to hold on. Oh, don't talk about food. I'm starving. I'm actually starving. Exclamation nada sounder. I live in Sydney. You're an animal. Ay ay ay. But here we go. We're now getting ready for game number 2. It's going to be a long one though. It is a best of 5, so despite Dark taking the first game, this still can go either way. See which way it does go. As we're loading into game number 2 of this grand finals of ESL Open Cup 171, and spawning in the bottom left hand corner of Ancient Cistern, we have the South Korean Zerg player representing CranKy Gaming. It is Dark. And spawning in the top right hand corner of Ancient Cistern, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Protoss, also representing CranKy Gaming. It is herO. Oh boy. This time herO on point with his probe timing is gonna force Dark to take the unnatural natural. I love this. Dark is getting ready with his second drone to try and dip in as soon as the probe does go up into the main. There we go. The Overlord spots it, and Dark gets his natural. Very cute moves by Dark. Very cute moves. You could argue a little bit inefficient. Of course, he had a drone here on the right-hand side. If herO never goes up the ramp, then Dark takes the unnatural natural. But yeah, really nice moves here from Dark, able to take his proper expansion, have an easier time defending. Smooth moves, smooth moves. Oh. Here we go. Across the map, pretty standard openers all around. herO just being a little bit annoying with his probe, just poking, prodding, tasing away at whatever he can. And yeah, I do see Emperor in the chat saying that hole was closer than it should have been, just herO things. That's the thing, right? Like, herO was trading so damn well with his control, with his micro. It just goes to show how like powerful of a player he is, despite like not really being prepared for what was coming his way. So there's definitely something to gain from what we saw. Oh, beautiful. I gotta get the Funadas in. Mate, recently, for sure, has been going crazy with his Funadas on me. I gotta get him in whenever I can, but. Ay. Meanwhile, across the map, here, going for Stargate Opener, as to be expected here. Nothing too crazy, just a gate expand, just like the previous game. Is what we expect to be seeing. If you recall, last game, he did go for an Oracle into a Phoenix. But alas, the Phoenix didn't really do too much. We saw him get one Overlord kill and only a single Overlord kill. So I can't imagine Hero is going to be going for that again 2 games in a row. It's a nice way to mix things up, definitely. A nice way to get map control. Oh. But didn't quite pay off in the end. Meanwhile, we do see an Adept slipping into the main base, trying to get a little bit of scouting information, but Dark is doing such a great job at keeping up here, just getting so many hits off. Damn. Even keeping up with the second queen. Behind this, it is going to be an Oracle first. Again, just standard play here from Hero. Looking to threaten the shade into the main, but not quite going to commit. Just making sure no additional gases have been taken. Nothing wild, no fast lair or anything like that. And we're just going to be easing ourselves into our standard ZVP. The Oracle here looking for a little bit of damage. This time, not really too much to defend this third base, so this is a bit of a risky move here from Hero. As I say that, Lings are rushing across the map to try and punish this third. We are going to have that second Oracle showing up though, and it should stick around to protect this base. There we go. Beautiful. Meanwhile, the first two Adepts do shade in, and the Lings aren't back at home to defend, so they're going to be able to focus down quite a number of these drones. Oh, 4 drones going down in total. Stage trap into the main base. Oh, this is a risky move. I don't think it's worth it. Ay. 2 Adepts for 4 drones. Not a bad trade for Hero, but he throws away that one Oracle only for a single drone getting stasis. Ay. Greedy moves out of Hero. Far too greedy, Poppy. Far too greedy. He still can bring this back. He still has 2 Oracles, and mate, give Hero 2 Oracles and he can get an insane amount of damage done, mate. Definitely. But the pressure is on Hero right now to find that damage. It gets 1 drone already, going to be delaying the 4th base. Not bad. It goes for Lings as well because, mate, we need it all. We need everything we can get. As he gets another 4 drones at the natural. Did I say 4? I meant to say 5. Oh. 5 drones, 9 in total. And Hero isn't done. Just like the previous game, we're moving out across the map here with 6 Adepts, not 7. Doesn't have as many as last time. We have our transition as well. A very different transition, actually. Oh my god. We are going to be delaying our Twilight Council for Double Forge instead. This is going to be a pretty serious timing here with 1-1. Oof. There we go. We do have a force cancel on the 4th base. Not too bad. I'm sure Hero was looking for some drone damage, but getting a cancel on the 4th, still going to be good enough. But yeah, this 1-1 timing for charge is going to hit like a truck. He can also go into a faster 2-2 timing from here as well. And this can be difficult to read. Dark hasn't been able to get into the main base. Why? Well, we do have a Phoenix out here. Phoenix has been doing a great job at just denying any kind of scouting from Dark. Not really too aware of what is going to be hitting him. Before that happens, we see Dark going for a double expand. His 4th is so late, he needs to get some kind of 4th up and running. It looks like we may be forced to cancel here towards the south, but even if we do cancel, it's okay. We had another hatchery to fall back on. Ooh. There we go. Barely getting that cancel off at the last second. But again, that's why we double expand. We cancel one, but we hold on to the other. Meanwhile, Hero is going to be delaying his 4th base, and I'm sure Dark is fully aware of that. Typically, there should be a there should be a 4th by now, and Hero is looking to take one. But mate, that gateway explosion is kicking in. We have a prism on the way. We're going to have a lot of charge lots ramming down Dark's front door. And is Dark going to be ready for it? Baling Nest just finished up. He can get into Baling speed. There we go. Immediately does start it. And then, honestly, that's going to be pretty crucial in the defense. as you can imagine, as we have a big charge on Archon composition that's going to be coming out, herO looking not to hit a timing with 1-1 immediately does start 2-2. Like, his upgrade's going to be insane. Actually insane. He's starting 2-2 and 1-1 is still on the way for Dark. So the upgrade advantage is going to be huge. But there's a bit of a give and take here. Like, sure, herO, he's teching up and he's slowly taking his 4th base. But likewise, Dark has been left alone. We saw a little bit of aggression earlier on when it came to denying hatcheries, but nothing more than that. And as a result, Dark has been able to drone up pretty freely. He's up to 92 workers. That's insane. We have more than enough workers to work with right now. And now he can focus on maxing out. He can focus on teching. We have our hive already finishing up here for adrenal glands. We saw something very similar a couple of days ago. Oh my god, we even have an ultra cavern. Let's go. Oh my god. We saw this, I believe it was last week, not in KSL, but last week in ESL Open Cup Asia, Dark versus herO, where herO played very passively. I believe it was on Royal Blood. It was on Royal Blood. He played very passively, and he just allowed Dark to take the entire map, max out, and just overwhelm herO, just because Dark took full advantage of herO's passivity. And that's kind of what we're getting here again, where Dark is up to 89 drones. He's getting Badge and Glands, Ultra Cavern. He's getting every tech he could ever want. herO, though, is now moving out across the map. Dark is maxed, and he's not quite at his final form. Not yet. So herO can take a fight. +2. +2 is going to finish up in a couple of seconds. Very crisp timing here from herO. Here we go. He's going to be pushing himself up this ramp. 5th base is going to be under threat. We do have a surround on some of these Archons. The Banelings are rolling on in. Getting a little bit stuck behind those Archons, though. Solid Stasis Trap goes off, but there's still so much Zerg. Mate, you've got 2-2. I've got a 200 army. It looks like herO is barely going to force this army back. But Dark can remax. It's going to take a while, though. Despite that, herO, he doesn't like his chances. He's going to be backing off. He's going to be consolidating his army. Oh my god, and Dark is so quick to pounce. I think Dark overextending a little bit. He's got to respect this, respect the Archons, respect the Immortals. What's important is that even though the army's traded, and you could argue that herO traded a little bit more efficiently, Dark's economy was untouched. His drone count is the same. His base count is the same as well. And now he has better upgrades. He's got Bathing Speed, he's got the Ultra Cavern. Dark can refine his army ever more. The onus is still on herO to try and make something happen and to break this 5th. And here we go. He's pushing on forward. The Banelings are rolling on in. They do connect with the Zealots. Oh, the Zealots are going to be going down. Do we have enough left over to dive on top of these Immortals? It looks like we do. Oh, 2 Immortals get focused down. We are running out of a buffer here. herO is going to get the hell out of here. The Prism comes in just in time to save him. Ooh. It's going to be reinforcing. But again, is he sticking around a little bit too long? He's desperately trying to break this fifth base. But with the reinforcements, Dark, he barely has enough to defend. Not just defend, but even go for a counterattack. Again, his drones were left untouched. His bases, his production, his economy. And herO had to do more. There's no 3-3 behind this. There's no Bay on the way. There's no Fleet Beacon, no Skytoss transition. It's more of the same. Meanwhile, Dark, he's got Ultras on the way. Kindness Plating, +2 melee, Adrenal Glands. herO was pretty all in with that push. I don't know if I want to say all in, maybe committed is a better word. Like, he's not out of this game. Like, he is expanding behind this. He still has ways to come back. But herO is in a bit of a rough spot. That 2-2 timing was designed to kill, to even maim, and it didn't really do either. Oh boy. So here we go. Now that Dark has the map control, he's going to be going for a bit of a Ling run by, maybe even a Baneling run by. Oh, he's going for some drops. Let's go. Dropper Lord's being set up to go into the main base. Vámonos, papi, vámonos. Oh. Meanwhile, Burrow being utilized to save the mineral line. We do have that drop being set up at the same time. Bit of a counter drop from herO as well to try and pick off a couple of these drones, and he will get them. Ultra's getting caught out in the middle of the map. That's a lot of Immortals. But the Immortals, you could argue, are a little bit out of position here. Dark, he's going for the Baneling run by. He's going for the Mineral Line. Oh, can he get him? Can he get him? Ooh, he barely will graze the tail end of that. Meanwhile, the Ultras are getting surrounded by the Archons and the Immortals. We do have the drop into the main, though. Chaos all over the place. herO losing so many probes. But Dark also not having the most efficient trade. Like, he's losing a lot of Ultras. Ultras are not the answer. Ultras are a trap, Dark. They're a trap. Ah. Lings continuing to go for a run by. But look at how many Immortals we have. Ultras are going to do nothing to this. Now the Zealot run by going to be wreaking a little bit of havoc here across the map for Dark. Finally, it looks like things are going to be settling down. herO has defended. He lost a lot of workers, though. Almost 40 probes have gone down. herO's economy is in the gutter, but his main army is still terrifying. Looking at the unit stab, 9 Immortals and 5 Archons. He's ready to go toe-to-toe with Ultras. And I think Dark knows that. I don't think he really wants to fight this. We'll see. He's turning back around. We do see a Ling run by being caught out as well. Can he make this work? The Ling's going for a full surround, but the Ultras are getting targeted down one after the other. Oh, but the Lings, Poppy, the Lings. The Adrenal plus 2 Lings are gonna be enough. The Ultras may die, but so do the Immortals. You can see the supply is getting pretty damn close. Ay, ay, ay. Again, stop making up. We have 4 more Ultras on the way. I really don't believe, Poppy. I don't believe. Dark is making this closer than it should be. Ultras trying to do what they can. Gotta be able to pick off a couple more of these Immortals. The boys are being pulled as well. The Immortals are melting, mate. The Immortals are melting, and they're gonna continue to melt, Poppy. Ay, ay, ay. 12 more drones going down. Dark's economy is now being affected by this. And herO is not looking as bad as he once did. There it is. GG gets called. herO does it. He was all in. His economy was crippled, but he had Immortals, and Dark kept making Ultras. Ay, ay, ay. Oh. There is a time and place for Ultras. They're not all bad. You know, I don't want it to come off that way. I don't want it to make it seem as if Ultras just throw games, but like Ultras are so expensive, and especially when your opponent has that many Immortals, mate, it's not the unit. It's not the unit to go for, Papi. It's just yeah. Ay, ay, ay. GG, well played. herO fights back, and he somehow takes that game. He takes it. Shocked. Definitely shocked. Oh. And he ties up the series 1-1. There we go. Oh, let's go, Poppy. Let's go. And now we're going to be getting into game number 3. Oh, not quite the ace match, as this is a best of 5, but yeah, oh my god. I don't know what to say about that last game. It happens sometimes, you know. Dark, he gets excited, he gets to make Ultras, and he's winning, and he keeps making Ultras, then he's losing, and then it's over. it happens. It happens. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Altitude, we have that very same player. We have the South Korean Zerg player representing CranKy Gaming. It is Dark. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Altitude, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Protoss, also representing CranKy Gaming, coming back in this series, tying it up 1-1. It is herO. Feels Ultra, man. Ay, ay, ay. against that many immortals, even roaches would have been a little bit better. Not gonna lie, Papi, not gonna lie. But we have a series before us, and that's always a good thing. We want a back and forth. We want both players to go in, get their hits, and have a good match. Maybe not like that though. Maybe maybe not like that game. Aye. As Dark is gonna go for the hatch gas pool, forced to take his unnatural here at the triangular base location, and yeah, we're gonna be settling down from here. Again, really great to see some diversity out of herO. Last game, he was really banking so much on that charge lot Archon 1-1 timing that didn't work out, and he gave Dark a lot of freedom and a lot of room to tech up. Thankfully for herO, Dark decided to tech into ultras. And herO is one of those players that is more than willing to go into mass immortal production, because immortals, they just annihilate ultras, even with kindness plating, even with +3 armor upgrades. Ultras can be quite squishy in the face of immortals, as we saw. And it's not just that they're squishy, because like technically roaches are squishy as well. It's just that ultras are so expensive. They're just such a massive mineral and gas sink. They're not very supply efficient either. They have their place in the matchup for sure, but when your opponent has that many immortals, you have to respect it. You have to respect it, and tech out of it. And as a Zerg player, you can. You have more than enough tech available to go back into Lingbane Roach Ravager, which I do think Dark would have succeeded with. Just yeah, a little bit of tunnel vision there from Dark, unfortunately. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. Oh. And now we're getting into game number 3. We're going to find out who is going to have momentum in this series and take a lead here 2-1. Is it going to be our Protoss? Is it going to be our Zerg? We'll find out. Once again, standard opener from herO. Because we're on altitude, I imagine he's going to be going for a more defensive style and maybe looking to tech into Sky Toss. We'll see. We've seen herO defeat Dark in the past with that style. But before that happens, Dark is actually making a decent wave of Lings. A lot of Lings are coming out, maybe just defensively, just to help deal with all of these Adepts, as the Adepts shade into the main base, and ooh, they do get a drone. 2 drones. So very nicely done here by herO. We'll lose an Adept. Is going to try and escape with the other, but should be hunted down by Dark. Behind this, we have our first Oracle and a second as well. So we're not going into any fast Phoenixes like we've seen before. Just straight up standard. Gate expand, into tech, into a Stargate, into Oracles. Well, Dark being punished a little bit here for not having a Spore. 3 drones are going to be going down. The Oracle looking for a little bit more damage. Doesn't find anything here at the third base for the natural. And at the same time, Dark is going for that Ling counterattack. Unfortunately, there are Adepts like, yo, they're going to get surrounded, but they have the support of an Oracle. The Adepts will go down, but the third base will be saved. We'll say better trade overall here by Dark. Just trade minerals for gas. And is looking to dive in once again, and hey, he can get another Adept. He's going to try to, but the positioning here from herO is maybe a little bit too good. He's going to trade as efficiently as possible. Will lose third Adept because of all those Lings. Now here we go. Triple Oracle is what we have to work with. Going to be zooming across the map with 3 Oracles. We can ignore Spores, and oh, there's still no Spore here at the third. That is dangerous. Oh, thankfully, we do have 3 Queens, and that is more than enough to shoo away herO. As once again, Dark is Ling flooding. Once again, he's just making a massive wave of Lings. He really wants to try and punish this third. He wants to, but can he? Ling's going to rotate around the map. They are being spotted by these Oracles. herO doing a great job at just reading the movement and keeping up. As a result, Dark is going to be hurting a little bit. These are Lings that could have been drones, to be honest. Could have been saturating his gases. Could have been taking a faster fourth. Looking for another way in, and hey, he's going to force a reaction at least. Slips in towards the third. Does force the Oracles to turn around. Oh my god, he's doing it! Mate, He's going Mass Oracle. We have 4 Oracles. We don't just have 4 Oracles. We have a 5th Oracle on the way and a 6th Oracle as well. We have we have Forge and a Twilight Council on the way, but this has to be for Charge. Charge Lot Oracle is something that herO used to actually beat Dark yesterday. Yesterday in the KSL finals, Dark really struggled to read what was happening and to work against the Mass Oracle. The Oracles, they killed all the queens and they killed everything else. It was crazy. It was absolutely disgusting. As the Oracles are now just going to be hammering down this 4th hatchery. No way to save it. We're going to force a cancel. Ooh. There is that cancel. Meanwhile, across the map, Dark tries to go for a Ling counterattack, but the Adepts are in position. No, we don't have charge. We have... Oh, no, there it is. Did you see that? We're thinking about it. We're thinking about charge, then we went back to Blink, then back to charge, back to Blink again. herO may be a little bit indecisive with what he wants. But overall, I think I don't mind going for Blink here in this situation. A Bane run by being set up here. God, but the Mass Oracle is just taking control of the entire map right now. Ay, ay, ay. And it's forcing Dark to invest into Ling Bane, and I think that this is mind games. I mentioned it earlier, but yesterday, herO went for Mass Oracle and a charge lot timing. This game is going for something very different. He's going for 1-1 and he's going for Blink Stalkers. I think he's hoping for Dark to overreact. Up. Oh my god, the wall, barely a wall. He is forcing a Ling Bane composition. Where are the roaches? None whatsoever here, which I think is going to be a good thing for herO. Lings do well against Stalkers, but that's where the Oracles come in, and that's where we need something else. We need Hydras or Roach Ravager as well to support the army. Dark doing a great job at just keeping herO contained to 3 bases. Oof. Let's go. This herO is just sharking around looking for some more damage. Dark just committed to the Ling Bane. Nothing but Ling Bane on the map. Ling Bane Queen, to be honest. Oh, herO leaving his army a little bit idle. Will lose 1 Oracle. A little bit of miscontrol there from herO. Meanwhile, we do see the leapfrog of these pylons. herO is getting ready to just unleash upon the map. 1-1 is done. At the same time, Lings are going for a massive counterattack as well. They're going to be catching these Stalkers. Oh! They do have a Blink. They're able to escape just barely the clutches of those Lings. At the same time, we have a full wall up here at the natural. Lings that do not find a way in. Oh. But they do catch out some of these Stalkers. They do catch them out in the end. Meanwhile, we have that proxy being set up. Isn't quite ready yet, though. Dark has eyes on this, and he's going to be getting ready. He's going to be cutting drones here at 69. Nice! Making as many Banelings as he can. And upon seeing this, I feel like herO should respect this. Here we go. The Lings going for a wraparound. Coming in from behind. We do have a couple of station traps being set up, though. Oh, the first one gets baited out. herO blinking backwards here against those Banelings. The Lings actually go for a massive counterattack instead. But herO is in position. And herO's being so patient with these Oracles. Just waiting for the moment when he needs to activate them, when these Lings commit to a fight. It's very old school herO style, to be honest. Oh god, he uses Oracles like no other, but the Lings go for another massive counterattack. Don't quite depower that gateway though. Only a handful of Oracles activate their beams to deal with those Lings. +2 melee about to finish up. Zealots are going to be charging on into Banelings. Decent connections there from Dark, but herO is getting a lot of momentum right now. He's been trading so efficiently. Stalkers are so tanky against these Banelings, and Banelings are really just not what we want to see. A couple of oracles have been focused on by the queens, but the stalkers have gotten too much momentum. GG gets called, and herO takes game number 3. Ay. GG. Dark just cutting drones for so long that game. Just making just an influx of ling after ling after ling and not really having it pay off. As a result, he did fall behind economically going into the mid game. And yeah, he was having a really hard time keeping up and trading well against the mass Oracle Stalker. Oh. Ay. I think I want to say that Dark thought that herO was going to be more aggressive like yesterday. I want to say that he assumed it was going to be charge, and that as a result, herO would be pushing into him onto creep with charge shots and with oracles, just like last game. Oh, sorry, just like yesterday. But herO just completely switched up his style, going for stalkers, using the oracles very conservatively, trading so efficiently against the Ling Bane, and there was no Roach Warren. There were no roaches available whatsoever for Dark. GG. And now herO is on match point. Onomas, he needs one more win on the board to take the entire series and be a back-to-back champion. We'll see if he can pull it off, because spawning in the top left-hand corner of Gresvan, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Zerg player representing CranKy Gaming. It is Dark. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Gresvan, we have his opponent. We have the Blue Protoss, also hailing from the land of South Korea, representing CranKy Gaming. It is herO. One game away from becoming this week's ESL Open Cup Asia champion. Onomas is all he needs. And again, that style is very, very akin to herO, going for the Blink Stalkers with the Oracles to support. Basically, the Stalkers, they dip in, they trade as best they can, and if Dark ever chases herO off of creep, then we have Oracles to clean up all those Lings. And we saw herO was very, very careful with when he activated those Pulsar Beams and when he committed his Oracles to a fight. And just over time, he just out-traded Dark. And again, a lot of that also was because Dark was cutting workers early on, and his own economy wasn't really bustling like it usually is. Bustling? Booming, even. It wasn't booming as it usually does here. So yeah, Dark kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place in the end, investing in all these Lings and not really having them pay for themselves. Not really having too much success trying to go for all those Ling run-bys and Baneling run-bys as well in that last game. And now it all comes down to this. herO, Onomas, and he is the champion. Dark needs to win this game to force the ace match. He needs to win the next one as well if he wants to be crowned this week's ESL champion. ESL Asia champion even. So we'll see how this all comes to pass. herO, as always, mixing things up when it comes to his build. Dark, likewise, has been also trying to adapt to herO's composition, but I do feel like Dark has been focusing a lot on maybe assumptions, on kind of just trying to predict and anticipate what herO's composition is going to be and what he's up to, and maybe sometimes falling a little bit short with that. Whether it comes to going mass ultra against the Immortals, or even the last game, going mass Ling Bane and cutting drones against a much more slower army aggression from herO. We'll see. We shall see. As the first attempt to cross map does get a creep tumor. Not a bad pick-off already here for herO. Able to slow Dark down. Meanwhile, we do see herO just throwing down additional gateways, and this is the time to spice things up, Papi. Let's go. I wasn't even paying attention, but this time he did not delay his warp gate. It is on time. We have 3 gates on the way in addition to the one that we already have. It is going to be 4 gate Glaive Adepts from herO. Now is the time to spice things up. Now he has the freedom to be a little bit more cheeky. Let's go, Papi. Let's go. And Dark, can he correctly read this is the question. He is aware of the warp gate timing, I'm sure. He's also seen an adept at the wall, which isn't out of the norm. It's pretty normal. It is what is to be expected. We have a robo follow-up here. Oh, herO pulling back into gas, actually. Is he going to throw down more gates? I'm very... Oh, no, actually. He pulls back into gas. He's going to be aggressive with these adepts. He's not going to have a prism. He's going to be going into a very fast disruptor transition, I feel. I feel like we're setting up for a bait. We'll keep an eye on the gases here at the natural for that. But here we go. The adepts are going to be zooming across the map. This is not as aggressive as a standard 4-gate glaive adept because there is no way to reinforce. And we have to be very careful. We commit to the shade, but the lings are ready and waiting. Ooh, a lot of them are going to get shaved off here. herO continuing to threaten even more shades, forcing Dark back. We have a Spine Crawler. We have a Baneling Nest on the way as well. There is that prism. Still no additional gases behind this. herO doesn't shade. Gonna be trying to trade here against these queens. Forces a recall. Ooh. As we lost 5 adepts in total. 5 adepts for 5 lings. Not a good trade whatsoever. herO is looking to transition. Not into a Robotics Bay though. He's going into a 3rd base. We'll see. He has the minerals for it. We'll see if he does go for a warp in or a 3rd base here. As herO does have that prism. And there we go. He goes for the warp in. This is such an awkward way to get into glaive adepts. Not gonna lie. It's so different overall. Here we go. The adepts looking to shade on in. We do see those banelings. We can't commit. Oh. Boys, the banelings will connect. Dark feeling confident enough to drone. We do have a lot of adepts. That is still a lot of queens as well. We're going to be able to get one Spine Crawler. The banelings, they find some detonations. Only one though. We do commit to the shade here. We do get into the natural. Picking up whatever drones we can. Going to be looking to shade into the main base as well. Do we have a warp in? We do. That's a risky warp in. The queens, they go for the prism and they do take down that prism just before the warp in completes. herO once again being a little bit too greedy, but he does get another 5 drones. He does not commit to shade. Dark? No. Oh boy, I was really concerned there for a moment. Dark almost killing his own hatchery. Transfusers coming in clutch, minimizing our losses here. herO is transitioning back at home. Every single adept is going to be cleaned up. And behind this, we have our 3rd base. We have a shield battery. We have immortals on the way. So what's interesting about this defense here is that Dark defended with Ling Bane, not with roaches. So because he doesn't have a roach warren, he can't really counterattack. He doesn't really have too much pushing power here. He has to wait for the roach warren. He has to wait for the lair. He has to wait for roach speed. Yeah, I do think that herO is still in a pretty good position overall. Like, he's ahead in probes. He's getting his 3rd base saturated. Tech-wise, he's not where he wants to be, but he already has an immortal at least. Meanwhile, herO is back once again with those adepts. Trying to get some damage done, but oh my god, once again, he takes so many hits. The spore. Oh my god. He turns back around. The 2nd prism go down. herO fumbling this hard. Now Dark has nothing to worry about back at home. Roach production has commenced. The lair is halfway done. We're taking our gases. We're taking our 4th. Dark can just drone from here. Oh no! Oh my god. Hey, you know what? He's not just droning from here. We have a massive Ling run by as well. Banelings roll into the 3rd base. Nice reaction out of herO, but the probes are still falling nonetheless in the main, into the natural. Dark even being a little bit tricky here, morphing in a couple of banelings, but this is going to get spotted. Dark trying to be a little bit too cheeky, but he still killed 11 probes. Oh. And this is getting pretty scrappy, not gonna lie. I do think that now Dark is in a bit of a better position. He was able to force the turns to be tabled. herO lost 2 of his prisms and a lot of adepts as well. He does have a disruptor coming out, so he does have a way to come back, but I do think that it's on herO to come back. Especially because now we do have a Roach Ravager army. Not the biggest army, but an army nonetheless. Do have our upgrades on the way. +2 and Glaive Reconstitution. Roach speed. And this shows how desperate herO is right now. Just because he's lacking so much map control, he's going to be going for an Immortal drop and also some Adept Harass at the same time. herO needs to deal damage right now. Like, he just hasn't had the best time this game. He's been fumbling a little bit too much from time to time. That's to try and trade it. No, the Queens! Oh my god, the Novas are going to be going off. No, they're not even going to go off. The first, the second disruptor goes down. GG gets called. That is it. Dark takes game number 4, and we are going to the ace match. Ay, ay, ay. You do not want to be a prism in herO's army. God, it was at the third prism. The third prism that went down that game. Jesus Christ. herO was going for a Hail Mary play. He was going for the disruptor drop. I don't blame him, but yeah, just having a little bit too much fun this game. Really awkward Glaive Adept build as well. Really odd to go for the 4 gates, delay your Robo, but still get your Robo and still get your Prism as well. It was really, really offbeat. Really offbeat. And now, we have an ace match. We have an ace match. We're going all the way to game number 5. Don't forget to stretch. Posture check. Posture check. Oh. Here we go, spawning in the top right hand corner of Royal Blood. We have the South Korean Zerg player representing CranKy Gaming, tying up the series 2-2, forcing the ace match. It is Dark. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner of Royal Blood, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Protoss representing CranKy Gaming. It is herO. Having a little bit too much fun with his Glaive Adepts in that last game. Wasn't able to get too many drone kills. Wasn't able to snowball and overcome the defenses of Dark. Likewise, Dark's Queen movement and Queen positioning was just too damn good. No place was safe for a Warp Prism that game. 3 Prisms going down. 3! Ay, ay, ay. A lot of dead Prisms. And here we go. It all comes down to the ace match, to game 5. The final game of the series. The final game of the tournament. And I have to imagine herO is going to go back to the Stargate opener. As much as I would like some spiciness out of these players, I imagine herO is going to revert back to what he does best and go for the Stargate. Imagine Dark, likewise, is just going to be droning, going to a Roach Warren at a standard, acceptable time. We'll see. We'll see. Oh. I just got messaged by Yaku. I'm awake, Papi. I'm awake. Oh, it's over. It's too late, Papi. It's the final game. Yaku. It's all good. It's all good. I was lucky enough to cast with Yaku last night in OC King of the Hill. Lucky enough. So it is the least that I asked. Thank you. Thank you for casting last night. Appreciate it. Oh. And here we go. Settling into our game. Gate expand from here, as to be expected. There's that Stargate as well. We're not going into a Twilight Council. Not this time. Never again. And Dark should recognize as well that this warp gate was delayed, so should be able to piece it together. It's all good. It's all good. Ugh. But it does make plenty of sense here that herO will revert back to this, just because it's such a solid way to open up in general. Otherwise, going for Twilight Council openers or even Robo openers are a little bit more of a coin flip. They're a little bit more risky overall. I think risky is probably a better word than coin flippy. Oh. As we do have a Singular Adepts slipping into the main base, trying to lay siege upon that third, but doesn't get a drone. Is zoned away by the queens. You love to see it. And yeah, we'll see what Dark is going to respond to this. We do have a wave of Lings on the way. This may just be to clean up these Adepts. Speaking of Adepts, they're actually getting a surprising amount of damage done here. One drone going down. Slick moves from herO. Able to bounce between all those bases. We do see Dark going for a swell of Lings, though. These Lings are designed to cancel the third, or at least keep the Oracle back at home. Speaking of, the Oracle has been confirmed. A couple of Lings. Oh, actually forced the activation of the Pulsar beam pretty maturely. Uh-oh. Dark from here is going to head towards that third base. Is going to get a bit of a surround here. Can he force a cancel? That's the question. We do have a lot of Adepts, but it may not be enough. Oh my. No. Is that game? herO. Papi. That was a kill, not a cancel. 400 minerals down the drain. Ay, ay, ay. Dark has a lot of momentum right now. He's got a lot going for him as we speak. herO slipping up, just canceling 1 second too late. Wasn't fast enough. He needs to do some counter damage. The Oracles are looking, Papi. They're looking. No Spore at the third. But the Queens are here as well. Lings go for surround. The Adepts are going to be going down. Thankfully, we do have one Oracle to defend. Oh, God. It happens to the best of us. It happens to the best of us here. Sometimes you just slip up and you don't cancel your hatchery, you don't cancel your nexus, you don't cancel a building when you mean to. It even happens to herO sometimes. Oh, but that is a mistake that you cannot afford to do here in the grand finals of a tournament. That is the issue here. Meanwhile, Dark is going to be droning up quite happily. Just going to be saturating his 3 bases, working on a lair. There's that Roach Warren at the 5:30 mark. You love to see it. And we'll see how herO can recover and what he's going to do to try and do some counter damage here, because he needs to, Papi. He needs to. Here we go. No more blink. We're done with the blinks. We're going for +1 and charge instead. Going to be a lot more in the face of the Zerg. I'm still recovering, Papi. I'm still recovering. Oracle's dipping into the main base. 1 queen, 2 queens going down for the price of an Oracle. I didn't even notice we had 4 Oracles here for herO. So, you know, he is going to be slowing down some of the production of Dark, hindering his, at least, injects. He's going to be going for another queen. Up, and he will get it. Ooh, just barely. 3 queens for 1 Oracle. Nicely done by herO. This is the beginning here, the beginning of a comeback. But Dark doesn't care. He knows that he has momentum. He knows that things are going his way. He's going for a Nidus. He's going for a Roach, Ling, a Queen all in. Unfortunately, he did lose a lot of queens just recently, so it's not going to have as much power behind it. But it's still going to hit hard. Especially based off of what's been happening. We're taking up in every direction right now. We're going for a Templar Archives. We're going for a Robotics Bay as well. Can we get into any of this? We do have a stage trap in the main base. Nice reaction out of Dark is going to be denied. Only going to get one drone on a queen. At the same time, the Nidus has been spotted. herO is aware. We have cannons on the way. We have shield batteries on the way. herO, can he defend in time? He has cannons at the third. What about the natural? Nidus finishes up. The natural's on the third. The wall's on the wall. Oh, we do have a force field just in time. We're going to be focusing down at that cyber core as best we can. The queens are coming out as well. We've got 9 more roaches behind this. We're just flooding everything across the map, and the cyber core will fall. And herO, he has to bide his time. He has to wait for the opportune moment before he goes in. He has to wait for the disruptor. Oh, and as more gateways are being depowered, the queens jump into the Nidus, and we're going to be going straight into the main base. We're trying to rebuild whatever we can in the main. But Dark is all over this right now. We have a recall to try and hold on. Wait, he recalled to his own third. Oh no. herO recalled to his own third base. I was a little bit confused as to where that was. We do have one disruptor. That purification over. That's going to be it. That's how he holds. That's the only way he can. But even then, even if it connects, and it does, it's not going to be enough. Dark has broken into the natural, into the main. Everything is on fire. How one mistake can snowball things into a victory here. herO has a second purification over, does connect, does get a couple of those units. Oh, we have a third nova as well. These are pretty good connections, not gonna lie. But we need more than just good connections. We need amazing connections. And the main is on fire. The main nexus goes down. The third base has been left for the most part untouched, but I don't think we care. GG gets called. herO may have won yesterday, but today, Dark is the one on top. Dark is our ESL Open Cup Asia champion. Whew. GG, well played. Again, Dark and herO, they go back and forth. Yesterday, herO won in the finals. Today, Dark wins in the finals. It's just how it goes. It's just how it goes. And I'll be honest, Dark would have had an easier series if on Ancient Cistern he didn't make ultras. Be brutally honest there. The ultras killed Dark in game number 2. And maybe he would have had an easier road here. Regardless, he still does take the series. He still does take down herO 3-2. Congratulations to Dark. My condolences, commiserations to herO. But regardless, he made a show of it. He did bring it all the way to the ace match. A little bit unfortunate that here in game 5, he slipped up a little bit. And, you know, there was a kill, not a cancel on the Nexus. And even before that, the Glaive Adepts was a little bit wonky and a little bit weird. So maybe herO just having a little bit too much fun with the momentum did negatively impact his play a little bit. And yeah, GG, very well played. Very well played overall. Oh, beautiful. And that is it. We are done here with the broadcast. We did hit that 8-hour mark. 8 hours of casting in a row. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, wait, did I say 8? It's actually 9. Sorry, 8 hours. 8 hours. I'm so tired. 8 hours of casting after sleeping for 5 hours after casting OC King of the Hill has been a bit of a toll on me, but we made it in the end. Thank you so much for being a part of this. And again, a shout out to the players, a shout out to ESL as well for running and organizing these weekly tournaments week after week after week, not just for Asia, but also for America and for Europe as well. It is amazing to see that they continue to support StarCraft the way that they do. I'm sure we're all very appreciative of ESL. And shout out to some of the other casters. You know, it wasn't just me. There was some other casters out there. You know, Chicken Man, Steadfast, Maddox. I almost said Enki. Horace was out there. Shout out to Horace. He's the Spanish caster. I know it's very late in Latin America, so Massive shout out to Horace. And Inu as well, casting in Korean. So thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we're done. We're done for today. I can sleep. I don't think I will sleep because I have to have some breakfast / lunch / dinner. It's 5 p.m. here and I would love to have a meal. I would love to eat some food. That'd be nice. So I'm going to be going off to try and get some food inside me. I will not be streaming after this. Not at all. But thank you so much, everyone, for being a part of this. Exclamation mark, socials in the chat if you want to tune into some more CranKy Ducklings. We are all over the place. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Discord. All of our VODs are uploaded to YouTube. And if you did not tune into the Tenacious Turtle Tussle earlier this morning, TTT, if you will, it is a tournament that we were casting, and I highly recommend you check out the VODs. The VODs are available on Twitch. I know. Watching VODs on Twitch isn't ideal. You can always watch on YouTube as well. Exclamation mark YouTube in the chat. If you want to support, if you want to tune in, because there were some amazing games. Definitely worth checking out, especially the grand finals. Outside of that, if you want to tune in some of my solo content, I'm live VIP. Hello, welcome. I do stream on my own personal Twitch channel, and I stream some Zerg ladder sessions. I've also been playing through Diablo 2 for the first time. I finished up Act 4 yesterday. I finished Act 4 yesterday, and yeah, I'm working on Act 5. So if you're interested, if you want to tune in, it's my first time playing it. You can follow me on Twitch. I'm probably gonna stream tomorrow. Not today. No. Not today, Papi. Not today. Our next broadcast is going to be tomorrow as well. Let me just quickly check our calendar. We do have a Google Calendar with all of our casts. Yeah, so our next cast is tomorrow. Kung Fu Cup. Have you heard of that before? That is an old tournament series that used to be run back in the day, back in the early days of Legacy of the Void. I think maybe the last one was like in 2020 or something, but Kung Fu Cup is coming back as a regular tournament. It is being run by the people by SE Boy, the people that host WTL. They're also going to be hosting a more regular kind of weekly or monthly event in Kung Fu Cup, and it is open to community casters. We slid into the DMs, and we will be casting Kung Fu Cup tomorrow. So if you want some more Korean StarCraft, if you haven't had enough, if you want some more herO versus Dark, because I'm sure herO versus Dark is going to happen again, because it always does. And if you want to tune into me having a co-caster, because I will have a co-caster tomorrow, thank God. I've had enough solo casting, Papi. Give me a co-caster. I'll have one tomorrow. Asher should be joining me tomorrow. Then tune in for some Kung Fu Cup. Let's go, Papi. Let's go. It is going to be tomorrow at 9 p.m. AEST. That is in just over 24 hours. That is in how many? That is in 28 hours. 28 hours from now, we're going to be live once again. Until then, hope everyone enjoys their weekend. You know, we're nearing the end of Sunday here, but depending on where you are, it could be the beginning of Sunday. And I hope you have a great time. Hope you enjoy yourselves. Take a break. Drink plenty of water. Stretch. Look after yourselves, and yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, being a part of this. Gracias. With that, I believe that is I'm done for today. Hold on, exclamation mark socials. I'll do that, and then I'll do exclamation mark Patreon as well, because exclamation mark Patreon in the chat if you want to support the CranKy Ducklings. It's kind of a way to support the CranKy Ducklings. Our Patreon is set up to basically fund our tournaments, and to grow our events, to turn them from bi-weeklies into weeklies. So if you're interested in supporting some local StarCraft, whether it's American, Latin American, Oceanic, Southeast Asian, again, the Tenacious Turtle Tussle was amazing. Definitely worth it. So if you want to support our tournaments, Patreon is the place to go. And in a way, it kind of supports us financially as well, because then we can stop funding the events ourselves. But until then, of course, our events will continue regardless, even if we don't hit our stretch goals or milestones on Patreon. The events will continue regardless. But we always do appreciate all the support. We appreciate it. So if you're willing, if you're able to, if you have the spare funds, Patreon is the place to help us out, because you're not just helping us out, you're also helping out the scene, the community, the StarCraft. With that, thank you so much everyone for watching. Thank you so much for the support. Stick around, we're gonna give someone else a lovely, beautiful raid. Who? I don't know. I'll have a look at who's live and we'll give him a raid. I'm gonna go make some food. What am I gonna make? Ceviche, papi, ceviche. I'm so excited. It takes a while to cook, but I do have some fish. I got some limes. I got some sweet potato. I got some corn. I got some cancha, papi. Ceviche. If you do it right, it's beautiful. And I'm gonna just enjoy it all. Enjoy it all myself. I can't wait, papi. I can't wait. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for the support. I'll see you guys tomorrow for some more CranKy Duckling casting action, for some more Korean StarCraft. Until then, see you around. Ciao. Bye. Bye.